Hi, my name's Denny Dennis and this is Team Bullet, our Hilux comp truck. 1995 LN106 it is, and we're going to have a quick walk around it. So I've been competing now for 20 years, generally in Hiluxes. I've had a couple of Land Cruisers. The name Team Bullet started in 1999, 1998. We were doing Dave Metcalf's Extreme Winch Challenge series in a 2.2 litre Hilux. It was quite slow, 4-speed. It had a budget winch. It was our first series. We competed in the under 3 litre class, 3.3 litre class, and we did okay. Then one year we came out of nowhere and took out a first place. It was basically our motto in the Extreme Winch Challenge series was to try and drive stuff, having rock crawling being what we focused on. And so we drove this section where everybody else had winched, and it was probably a 5-6 kilometre track, and we still only won it by like a few seconds, even though half the big patrols and cruisers and big V8s and all that winched. But at presentation somebody said, "Hey, there's Silver Bullet," because the truck was silver. So that's where Silver Bullet came. Dad painted a few different cabs that we'd rolled in the silver paint. We did Tough Truck as Team Silver Bullet. Then we got sick of every time we did a cab swap we'd have to paint it silver, so we ended up just sticking with Team Bullet. Let's have a look around it. So primarily it's all bar work externally, all done by Adam Pavia, my navigator and good friend from a long time ago at AAF in there at Kirrawee. We use his workshop as this truck's stay away from home sort of home. So the winch bar, the bar work, anything that needs fabricating or welding, he's the man that's done it for me. We've kept the tray that we got with the truck, but we've sort of modified it around the cage and the length. It's still a touch wide for us for Willow Glen. We touch buntings here and there with it. But as far as the cab goes, it still looks like a Hilux, and that's what we're happy with. It's sitting on a set of 16 by 8 custom flipped to a neg 50 offset sunraisers. We've just got some 315 or some 35-inch Mickey T's on at the moment that we were given by Nick at CarPro. We go inside, we've got 1-inch wheel spacers on there just to give it a bit of stance for when the treps are on. Suspension wise, the steering's pretty much still conventional. It's power steering with the later model motor. We've got a chromoly rock rod there, a drop drag link for the steering. We've put some bump stops in there to stop the up travel a little bit to give a bit more droop. We're running a 2-inch EFS spring with extended shackles. They're the diesel rated spring, so they're not flat, but they do droop a little bit. We've got 80 series tie rod ends on the drag link there. We've got Rancho RS 5000s shocks. Twin ARB airlocker. Now the rear, we're running a custom top leaf. Again, it's an EFS spring. It's pretty much quite a soft spring. I've cut that bottom leaf. We've created a longer main leaf without changing the wheelbase of the vehicle. We've got RS 9000s on the rear as well, running 1-inch spacers, inverted shocks, and we're running a track bar. U-bolt flip plates. We've done away with the fuel tank underneath, and we've put a fuel cell on the back, fire extinguisher on the rear because you require 2 of them now in comps. We've got high lift jack, tail shaft. We've got a toolbox that is either on or off. It's normally on when we do socials, just with some spares and recovery gear. So apart from a couple of rock lights underneath, we've got a light bar, a Roadrunner 6 horsepower low mount winch, UHF aerial. This vehicle pretty much is how we did Tough Truck in 2002. We haven't changed much. We're still the primitive leaf sprung boys. We want to go out there and have fun, and I still like to drive it on the road every now and then. The motor, we've put a 3 litre out of a later model with an AXT turbo kit on that. So we got the power steering from the later motor. We've got an air filter box out of a Surf, a later model Surf. It's a much bigger and better secured airbox. Doesn't let water in. We've got Rob from Chip Tuning's catch can We've got the Terrain Tamer fuel primer filter, and pretty much stock after that. The pump's been done by Ken at Reliable Diesel. The compressor's in there for the lockers and to pump the tyres up. Battery. We're running a Safari snorkel, and the airbox. Together with the airbox, we've sussed it out, so we're not in Willow Glen. We're not taking in much water at all. So in the comps, we run a Trepidor 37 on a 16-inch rim. There is 16x8 custom Neg 50 rim on those. We love them. They're just a bit big to drive on the road with. We're running 4.5 diff centers in the pumpkins. I find that's a happy medium with the 4.7 reduction gears for driving it on the road still. 4.8s are a touch weak, and then obviously the standard ratios, I can't turn the tyres too fast. But all in all, we're happy with it. The front diff's been moved forward, so we've got custom front shaft, or you can run a standard shaft with 2 spacers, and the rear we're running a very thick wall tail shaft with a spacer. And there is an LN167 tail shaft that I can get that's basically a bolt in for that, which is the one on the tray, just for road driving. So let's have a quick look at the interior. Very basic inside here. We've got the window nets that we, comp spec window nets, and a fire extinguisher which we've got between us. We've got a first aid kit in the glove box that they check at scrutineering. And basically a UHF radio, that was our old school way of communicating. The locker switch is there. We've got some rock light switches, light switches, a sports steering wheel which we don't normally compete in, my boost gauge, winch controller, turbo timer, and some SR5 seats which made it a little bit more comfortable. It's still clean and tidy inside, no carpets obviously with the mud. That's basically it internally. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Here's a little bit of action from around the last couple of years. I'll just put a few minutes of forward driving up. Thanks a lot. Bye.
Go! Nah, back jumped over. Are you gonna get a photo?
Good work.